All right, welcome to Twice the Mic. I'm Andy,
And I'm Matt.
and here's another show for you. We had a big weekend.
We did.
What is it, Matt?
Um, well, it's Mother's Day.
It's Mother's Day.
Yes. And so happy Mother's Day to
Happy
all the
Mother's
mothers
Day.
out there. I would especially like to say happy Mother's Day to my mom and my wife, Andy.
Yes, I would like to say Happy Mother's Day to my mom and my wife.
Yep. And I would also like to give a special shout out to my mother-in-law. She has put up with me for almost I'd say over 20 years now.
Over 20 years.
Yeah,
Wow.
but officially, she has been my mother-in-law for going on 18 years now.
Yeah.
I've been married to my wife almost August, so she has officially been my mother-in-law for that long. But I'd like to say Happy Mother's Day to her as well.
Yep, same here. Same here. About 20 years.
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 But yeah, so I would like to make part of our show talking about our mothers and our wives and kind of talk about how thankful for, we are for them and the sacrifices they have made, especially our mothers as kids. I know my mom made many a sacrifices, and I'm sure yours did too.
Oh, yeah.
But I mean, I'd like to talk a little bit about it.
Yeah, go ahead.
Give my mom some recognition. You give your mom some recognition as well, and our wives too, because not only do they have to raise our kids, but they have to raise us too.
Put up with you. Put up
Yeah.
with us.
So, but no, growing up, I had my mom and dad were both there, but my dad was he worked a lot, a workaholic, what some people would say, and specifically in the springtime and the summertime, the type of business that he was in was it was very demanding in that time. He was a marine diesel mechanic, so he stayed wide open when the charter boats were running, and one thing that happens in the springtime for a boy that was, 7 to 12, 13 years old, I played baseball every spring.
Yeah.
And so, my dad, it was tough for him to be there for those baseball games. And one thing about it, my mother, she never missed one game. So
Oh, that's great.
she worked her butt off, took care of us, my brother and my sister, and you know, she's part of who I am today, why and the person I am today, and I'm thankful to her for that. So thank you, Mom. I love you, and happy Mother's Day.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, mine, she was pretty much a stay-at-home mom, my younger years.
Yeah.
My dad, he worked out of town a lot, so, just us
Yeah.
at the house. And when it come time, she got a job, and she did work hard, and, had to juggle all that.
Yeah, of course.
So,
Um,
yeah, I'm thankful for everything she done, and love her, and she's a cancer survivor.
that's great.
So
Praise the Lord.
she's been through a lot,
Yep.
and praise the Lord.
Yeah.
Everything come out all right. So
Yep. Well, that's great. Now,
Yeah.
we don't want to forget about our wives.
no,
So
that-
my wife has, we have a teen, a tween, about to be a teen, and a toddler, and she has had her hands full with them, plus me. So,
That is a lot.
mothers, if it wasn't for mothers, I don't know that hair would get done. I don't know that
Sure would be.
lunches would be packed the right way. Things would be forgotten
Yeah,
without our wives, our kids' mothers. They I couldn't imagine having to do life without her as the mother for my kids.
Yeah.
She makes sure that they don't go without.
Oh
And
yeah, no,
so
that's true.
yeah,
I mean, my wife, she keeps us on schedule, keeps us straight.
yeah,
I mean, she makes sure that we have everything we need,
mm-hmm,
and she works hard.
yeah,
I give her hell a lot of times, and I shouldn't, but we love her, and she does a great job.
yep. She's a great woman.
Yep.
So, as for us, like part of we act like kids sometimes, like me and you.
I
So
love acting like a kid.
yeah, so
I don't want to grow up.
we.
Hey!
I mean, that's like we have them to keep us in line, like
Oh,
you
yeah.
said. They
Yeah,
if
no,
if,
they
if,
do. They keep
if
us
it
in
wasn't for
line.
them, I know there's decisions in life. Like for my wife, there's been things in my life. If it wouldn't have been for her, I probably would have not made the right decision.
No,
So
no, you right.
it's good to have you a good woman there by your side, and mothering your children, and it's good to have. It's just good to have a great woman.
Well, I can
there.
definitely say mine saved me.
Yeah, yeah.
It was like a light switch,
Well,
man. I was in bad places, and she just come along. Lord put her there, and
yeah,
like a light switch.
yep. Well, I started dating my wife when I was 16. There were people that said, well, this young love, that ain't gonna last. But, we've been married, like I said, almost 18 years, and
Now, how long did y'all date before y'all got married?
we dated for 4 years.
4 years.
Yeah, we started dating when we were 16.
How about this? 3 months.
3 months.
3 months.
Been together 20. How?
I mean, we've been together, yeah, almost 20 years,
Yeah.
19 years.
Yeah.
I mean, when we met, I was interviewing. When we met, we dated for a couple of months,
Mhm.
and then I took the job I have now. I went up
Mhm.
here and interviewed
Yeah.
up here, and then got it. And I went back and told her, I said, hey, I got this job, and if we're going to be together, we need to get married and find a place to do it, to live, and all that in 2 weeks.
Yep.
Up here working, been together ever since.
Yeah.
Been
And-
great.
Yeah, and so just the fact.
Well, that's
that-
me telling it now.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, I mean, what I wanted to say
Hey.
about that is that just goes to show you, she up and moved her life up here with you.
Yeah.
So she loved
She
you.
instilled a lot of trust in me.
Yeah, my wife did the same. I uprooted her from Florida, and we been up here about, I don't know, 20. Not even 20 years. I say about 15, 16, going on 16 years now we've
Yeah.
been here. So, but it's that they'll do anything for you,
Yeah.
as long as it ain't, as long as it's the right thing.
Yeah.
They'll do it for you. They'll make it happen. They'll do what they got to do.
Oh, yeah.
To keep people happy, and it's their day. We're thankful.
It's their day.
Thankful for them. Thankful for my wife, my mother, our mothers, our wives, all the mothers out there. Happy Mother's
Wouldn't
Day
be here
to
without
y'all.
'em.
Yeah, wouldn't be here without them.
That's
That's
right.
100%
That's right.
fact. So, definitely we wanted to start the show off with giving the due recognition
Yeah.
to them,
No
because
doubt.
it's most definitely due. Not just today, but every day, really. So
Yeah.
but today is specifically pointed out for them. So
Right.
but anyway,
Yeah. What else you thinking?
Well, it's hard to go off of Mother's Day, but I
is.
did want to bring up, our daughters are both involved with the with
School?
school softball.
Mhm.
So which we talked
Sports
about
in general.
Yeah,
School
yeah.
sports in general.
But we talked about this on the last show. They were going. The high school team was going down to Gulf Shores
Yeah.
for the regional tournament.
Regional.
Yeah, and so we left Tuesday evening, got down there. They were scheduled to play Wednesday. Their first game was 10:45. It was
10:45.
scheduled for 10:45 Wednesday. It rained real bad that night before, so they at first moved the game up to 11:45.
Because they wasn't turf field.
No, these were not turf field.
No.
Actually, in our 10U 2023 10U World Series for our daughter's travel ball team.
Yeah.
We played at the same
Oh,
field
really? Okay.
in Gulf Shores. Yeah, so it's a nice facility. They have nice seating and whatnot. It's just they don't have turf. So when it comes a monsoon, it's
buddy.
Well, they're that and I mean they have ways of trying to fix those fields and get them playable. They have stuff they can put on the fields. To me, it looks like a
quick dry type
quick dry, like oil dry or kitty litter or something or another. But I mean, you can only do so much with that stuff. So anyway, the game was originally moved to 10:45 or 11:45. Then they come back out, moved the game from 11:45 to 2:45. They played. They started their game. They didn't start until 3:30. It was raining when they started the game. They played the first inning. They started the second inning, and then the lightning came. So
extended that.
As you know,
that.
Lightning. There's a delay.
Yeah,
I believe it was
30 minutes.
30 minutes. Yeah. So while we were in the lightning delay, the bottom fell out.
Oh,
like it! Here come another monsoon. So they canceled the tournament for the day. So that moved everything to Thursday and Friday is what we were originally told. The coaches were told to plan on playing Thursday and Friday. So all the parents that were able to go extended their stay another night. The coaches and the board people at the softball board booster club. They extended the house stay for the softball team another night. But then I want to say the following morning, they were informed that they were going to complete everything in one day, including whether you go to the losers bracket or not. Everything was going to be finished that Thursday.
Oh, wow.
So we're new to the high school softball stuff.
Now, y'all went down.
We did.
Y'all stayed down there.
We did.
We didn't go.
Yeah, we went down. But so there was a lot of parents upset about the fact that it was only 6A. So our school here is a 6A school. It was only 6A that was able to had to compete everything in one day.
Oh, wow.
Because I want to say some of the smaller schools had already been playing before Wednesday. Like, because I want to say it was all of last week that they had the tournament ongoing. So anyway, we started playing Thursday morning. First game was at 9:00, and that's where a little bit of a change comes in. Well, we intended on being there at 9:00.
Yeah.
We went to leave the condo we were staying at.
What's that right there? Invite. Oh, as a guest. Oh, okay, my bad.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
That's okay.
Just seen some.
Yeah. So
TikTok stuff
for the
on.
people on our YouTube show here, we are live, somewhat behind the scenes here.
Yeah,
we have people coming in. Possibly a question. Every
no,
it's so. This is the TikTok live. This is our second time. That's a little new.
That's a little new for us.
We're figuring it out. But
my bad. Go ahead.
No, that's okay. But so we went to leave our condo that morning and should have known something was up starting off.
Oh, with the condo.
At the condo.
Oh.
With the elevator. Yeah. So we where our condo, where you walked into our room, right outside of our door wasn't the elevator.
Yeah.
So it had you just think of the building, one straight building, looking the beach is on one side, parking lots on the other. you basically had a elevator, two elevators, one on each side of the building. Well, there, right when we walk out of our door, there's an elevator. So we walk out, getting ready to leave, hit the down button. We're on the 11th floor.
Yeah.
Hit the down button. Nothing's happening. So we're like, look, we got to go. So we went down to the other elevator, hit the button. Took a minute. Somebody, the doors open. There was a maid, room service. Room service lady was on there. So we get on. Well, she was going up. So she went up to the 14th floor.
Oh, man.
And got off and met another maid up there. And we stayed on, went down to the 12th floor. I guess there was somebody on the 12th floor trying to get onto the elevator.
Gotcha.
So we got to the 12th floor. The inside, the actual elevator door on the inside opened, but the outside door. So for those that don't know how elevators work, when you walk up to an elevator, there's actually a door to keep you from falling off in the hole.
Yeah.
Where the elevator is, and then the elevator itself has a door on it. Well, when we got to the 12th floor, the door on the elevator itself opened, but the outside door on the 12th floor did not open.
Yeah.
So at this time, our daughter was not with us. She was at the field. So it was my wife, my oldest, and our toddler. And my wife already has like a fear of elevators.
Oh, I had the worst, man. I'm telling you right now. If I don't know.
If you've ever rode Tower of Terror at Disney World,
yeah.
I mean, that's when she thinks about elevators and something going wrong with one. That's what her mind goes to is Tower of Terror.
Give me chills already, bro.
Anyway, we're sitting there trying to we hit the call button inside the elevator.
Yeah.
Well, somebody comes on there and starts talking. And my wife is saying, yes, we need help. We're in trouble. Well, the people on the intercom in the elevator, they weren't responding. They just kept saying, is anybody there? Do you need help? My wife is steadily saying, yes, we need help. Please send somebody. Well, in the meantime, somebody's outside hitting the button for the elevator, and the door is rocking back and forth, trying to open.
Just quit hitting the button.
And so I yell, I'm like, please, leave the buttons alone. We're stuck in here. Something's broke.
Yeah.
So called 911. They're sending the firefighters. They're coming.
Oh, yeah.
Well, in the meantime, somebody went to the front desk area and reported that there's people yelling for help on that.
Oh my gosh, this is turning it out.
And this is my wife. So by this time, my wife my oldest starts freaking out and crying. Then my wife joins in, and then the toddler joins in.
Oh.
I'm on the phone with the dispatcher, and he's telling them, he's saying it's going to be okay. We're sending help, and I said, sir, you're not on speaker, but let me put you on speaker so you can tell them that it's going to be okay.
We're gonna cut you out
because they're not listening to me. So anyway, the maintenance man for the building shows up, and he's about a pack and a half smoker a day. He's breathing. The poor fella, he's breathing. And
let me let you talk to my
wife. He's done had to walk 12 flights of stairs.
He needs oxygen himself.
He does. He needs help.
Somebody call medical.
And he's sitting there. He gets there and he pokes us because the outside door would open about a foot.
Yeah.
And that was all it would open.
Oh,
and,
my gosh.
I couldn't fit through there.
I sure would be.
So
I don't know.
The maintenance man sticks his head kind of in the hole, and he's like, well, what's going on? I said, well, the elevator's broke. The door won't open.
In case you didn't notice it, bro, I can't get out, okay?
This door is not supposed to be open and this one closed. They're supposed to open together. So, well, just so happened the elevator repair guys were there doing maintenance.
Oh, that's probably what kind of happened there then, right?
I don't know. They still don't know what happened. I know I could see what had happened, and I was explaining to them, hey, this bar here is hitting this bracket. If we can get this bracket out of the way, this door open, blah, blah, blah. So the elevator repair guy says, well, I'm going to hand you an electric impact.
Oh, okay.
And you take those 4 screws out of that bracket right there, and this will, because what had happened, there was a vertical bar
Yeah.
that had an L-shaped bracket. Somehow that L-shaped bracket had jumped over that bar. So when the door was trying to open, that bracket was hitting that vertical bar and wouldn't let the outside door open. So the bracket was removable. It had 4 screws holding it on.
Yeah.
So the gentleman handed me his electric impact. I took the 4 screws out. The outside door opened, no problem. We were able to get off, walk down, the 12 flights of stairs and went on our day. But we missed the first game. They played again. They lost the first game 7-1 against a stout Spanish Fort team.
Oh, they were good, huh?
Pretty good, yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
I think
They're hitting on point, or y'all just couldn't get the hitting going?
Well, I wasn't there for that particular game. We missed it, but we have played them in a tournament, and they have fairly good hitting, and their pitching is pretty good. But from what I could tell, I did kind of peek in on Game Changer some. We left a lot of runs on base that game, so we got some on base. We just couldn't get our bats going to drive them runs in. Yeah. We went on to play again at 2:15 in the losers bracket against a team out of Pike Road, Alabama. That was a decent game. We kept it close. Just little errors, kept us. Did
you feel like y'all were kind of in the same caliber, Pike Road, and y'all?
Yeah. I do. I mean, hitting was about the same. Pitching was about the same. Just a few little, I can't even say that they're errors. I will say that Pike Road found some gaps.
Yeah.
Hitting the ball. I mean, and the outfield's a big area. You only got 3 people out there.
Oh yeah, man, that's a lot to cover.
When you can find the gaps, just they found 1 or 2 more gaps than we were able to find.
Yeah.
So I won't even say mistakes caused us the loss. It was just
hitting in the gap.
Just a couple more hitting the gap, and but other than that, they the girls, they played hard.
They had fun, I think.
So they had a good time down there.
Yeah.
They did a lot of team bonding. Got to go out and eat some. Did a little swimming, some crab hunting. I know. Mine and your daughter both. Well, the whole team went, but I know they caught some crab, like some pretty big crabs on the beach. Yeah,
okay.
A bunch of seashells and.
So overall, y'all had a good time, and you got elevator certified. So I mean, you can.
Yeah, I mean, if I just make sure I keep me an electric impact with a 5/16 nut driver on it, and I'll be good to go.
Got to wear your tool belt when you go there, man. I'm talking about. That's the thing that gets me about them elevators down there is because I feel like they're so rusted up because of the salt water.
Well, yeah.
The salt in the air, yeah. I just feel like, they rust up or something. That just worries me. I mean, that's...
Well, there are, so most of your elevators are made with like a stainless steel metal. Yeah. But there's stainless is not stainless. Yeah. It will still get some surface rust on it. Yeah. But I want to say, my thought is, and I'm not a professional on this, but with stainless, you get that surface rust, but the rust doesn't penetrate stainless like it will a regular steel.
Yeah.
Like, regular steel, salt water or salt. When you're on the beach, you get salt in the air.
Yeah.
When it's real humid or whatever, it gets in the air, it gets on metal, and it rusts. Well, getting salt, and a lot of people, from up north know this about their vehicles, the salt they put on the roads.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't think the salt penetrates the metal and will do the damage to stainless that it does regular steel. So it does make it look, it'll give it that surface rust and make it look ugly.
Yeah.
But as far as messing with it structurally, I mean, maybe over a a long period of time,
Yeah.
I'm sure it could do something, especially if it was just saturated in salt or liquid salt for a long
Yeah.
period of time. But
Well, I know
um,
y'all drove down there, but have you got your Star ID yet?
no, I don't.
No.
Which, the only benefit for me to having it,
Mm-hmm.
I think, is to fly an airplane. And I don't. I mean,
Yeah.
I know we've talked about
Well,
flying
they're talking
before.
about flying an airplane or getting in some federal buildings or whatever. I mean, I know we don't do that on a regular basis, but I mean, I don't understand.
Well, yeah. I mean,
You know.
if they start requiring it to go in a federal building or a state building, I mean,
Get on base or something like that. I mean, I guess everybody's got to have it eventually. I reckon so.
yeah, but I mean that was something new this week. Like it
Yeah,
became
May the 7th it went
yeah,
into effect.
required.
So
Yeah, I seen some stuff on online. Well, really social media, but it's
yeah,
still online. Where there was a lot of hiccups that came specifically with the airports where
yeah,
people had tickets to go fly somewhere and they didn't have the star on their
yeah,
ID.
yeah.
So
I know. I fly in June, and I had to go down there and get mine. So
so you got yours.
I got mine.
Yeah.
I got mine. It took a while. It took me about 2 hours to get mine. Just the line and everything. There was a lot of folks. So.
How long ago did you go get yours? How long ago?
It's probably been about 4 weeks, 3 or 4 weeks ago.
Yeah, so I imagine everybody's kind of like last minute. I mean, that's 4 weeks. It's not
Yeah.
last minute, but
It might not even been 4 weeks. I mean, it about 2.5, 3 weeks ago, probably.
yeah,
Yeah,
no,
I already got my hard copy in the mail, so I'm pretty good on that.
well, yeah. Then it's probably been about 3 or 4 weeks.
Yeah.
Because here in Alabama, I'm not sure how it is in all the other states, but I know in Florida, when you go get a driver's license, have to get one renewed or get a duplicate copy made because you lost yours or got damaged or something. They print your driver's license right there in the driver's license office. Here in Alabama, you get a paper version,
Paper copy,
and it
man.
takes them 2-3 weeks to mail you one.
I don't know
in the
why
mail.
they just don't print a hard copy. I guess it may take too long. I don't know.
They just don't want to spend the money on the machine that they would need. Is all I can.
Oh
think.
yeah.
Because that's all it is. It's a certain type of machine that
Oh yeah.
that they make it there in office. And
Yeah.
when you leave, like in Florida, when you leave there, you have your hard copy. Whether it's
Wow.
your driver's license or just an
Okay.
identification card, you leave there with it. But it ain't like that
Yeah.
here. So.
No.
Another thing that's different, a little off topic, but like in Florida, you're
Hey Wayne, what's going on, brother? I see you. All right,
got
go
your buddy
ahead.
Wayne there.
Yeah, I got my buddy Wayne over there from
What's up,
Taylor.
Wayne?
Yeah.
But yeah, in Florida with your like when you on your tag renewal,
Mm.
it goes by the month that you're born.
Oh yeah. Wow, that's something.
So
Tag renewal goes by our last name
in Alabama,
in Alabama.
but
Florida.
Florida is by your birth month. But
Oh wow. Okay.
just so happened, my birth month is February, and my last name starts with a B, and B's are in February in Alabama. So my tag renewals have not. That's one thing that didn't change when I moved from Florida up
you
to
were
here.
in line, baby.
Yeah. So I'll tell you another thing weird about that is used to, which now you can't get away with it. But in Florida, if you let your vehicle insurance relapse, they will suspend your driver's license.
Really?
If you couldn't get a new tag, a tag renewal for your vehicle, you couldn't get neither one of those unless you had proof of insurance for your vehicle.
Oh wow. Okay.
Used to in Alabama, you could just go up there and say, "Hey, I need a new tag." They'd give you a tag.
Yeah,
you wouldn't have to show a lick of insurance.
No,
but now, which that's been about 15 years since we moved up here.
Yeah.
Now I've been in to have get a tag renewed, and they need proof of insurance. So, but no, that's, I mean, just kind of something that's, different about, I don't know why it's different. You would think the states would kind of be on the same page with that. But I mean, I think with the way Florida does it, if you don't want people out there driving with no insurance. I mean, we do.
No, I don't want nobody out there driving with no insurance because I got to have insurance. And if I get in a wreck, man, I'll tell you what, you're in a pickle.
Well, they offer what they call the uninsured. We pay for that, so you covered for an uninsured motorist.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, if I feel like Alabama should kind of adopt that deal, like if you because people could, like right now, as far as I know, and it could be different, but you can go up there, go get you start some insurance on your vehicle, go get a tag renewed, and just quit paying your insurance, and you still got a renewed tag.
Oh yeah,
and drive around with no insurance. But in Florida, if somehow the insurance companies, they communicate with the DMV.
Yeah,
and if you let your insurance relapse, they will suspend your driver's license. So I mean, obviously, you can still drive around if you're willing to risk it with a suspended driver's license. But I mean, you can go to jail.
No, I support it, man.
Yeah.
I mean, Alabama, they just behind times anyway, man. But talking about driving, what I see is becoming common is people with their high beams on.
Oh my gosh!
I cannot stand people that won't dim their lights, man.
Here's the problem. I'll tell you what the problem is.
Well, go ahead.
Some of these folks ain't got their high beams on. They got their low beams on, but their low beams are like high beams.
Just the type of lights they got now, huh?
Yes, there's a commercial out there. And, with the way things are with AI, this could be fake.
Yeah.
But there's a commercial out there that supposedly Mercedes-Benz put out that their headlights are so bright. You know how you take a flashlight and you stick it up to your finger?
Yeah, and it burns, and you can warm.
Well, you can kind of see the light through your finger.
Yeah.
They had a commercial out there that was a car parked in front of a cow. And you could see the light coming through the cow's body.
Wow. Man, that's something else.
Yeah, now I don't know that those were low or high beams, but that's what a lot of these newer cars, they have these LED type lights, and like you said, man, they blind. I mean, they blind me.
It's just blinding, man. It's just aggravating,
and
man.
And you don't know, like, because there's been times where I'm on a long dark road and somebody's coming up in a newer vehicle with their lights on, the newer LED type headlights, and they're extremely bright, and I go and flash them thinking that their brights are on. Well, then they flash their brights at me, and now I'm blinded even more.
Or you got these jacked up trucks and these Carolina rig trucks, I call them, with the
squat,
the
Carolina
trucks.
squat.
Yeah.
So that's another. That's
else.
why,
Nasty
yeah.
I
So
can't stand that.
they just had a thing down in Panama City where they had like that truck week, or I don't know what it was, but they had all those trucks down there that were squatted, and I guess the city police there, the county, I don't know, they were pulling them over left and right, and they were either most of them were they couldn't drive them.
Really?
Like they were having to have them towed out of there. But that's a lot of the issue with that is not on. I mean, you think about it. You're sitting in
the steering wheel. I mean,
that's part of the problem.
You can't even see who's walking in front of you.
Yes, but it also throws the angle of your headlights off,
right into you, man.
Which could cause them to seem brighter.
Yep.
Than what they actually are, because if they're straight on, I think they're not meant to blind you, because it just I think the way those headlights are set up, it disperses the lights out at different angles instead of just shooting like a straight beam. Right. That's why, like, when your headlights are on, you say you flip from high to low, you can there's like a line there, like you can see that line go from one point, and then it gets wider
Yes, yeah.
when you go to your high beam. So I think with like the squatted trucks, yes, that's part of the.
That
It's a
is, man.
safety
It's just
deal.
something else.
You know, first of all, I don't know what I had a jacked up truck when I was in high school.
Yeah, I mean,
And there was a bunch of people I knew that had jacked up
but it was
tall
leveled,
trucks,
wasn't it?
but it had a lift on the front and the back.
Okay, all right, yeah.
So
Level it out.
it
Yeah.
looks, it just looks goofy to have that.
Yeah, level it out.
Your buddy Wayne said he's got a fire call. He's got to go.
Oh, brother, I wish I was on the truck with you.
Good luck,
I miss
brother.
those days.
Stay safe.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, I never really understood the point of putting half of a lift kit on your truck. That just didn't make no sense.
No, that's.
But,
I mean, if you just working on it and you get the front done and then you're going to get the back done, that's one thing. And each their own. I mean, whatever. People's got different likes around here, so I mean,
yeah.
But it's just to me a safety hazard.
Yeah.
In my opinion. But
well, I don't know. I mean, it most definitely is safety. I mean, it doesn't really it's not necessarily what we think about what it looks like.
Oh yeah, no, it's just safety.
To each their own with that.
Yeah.
But as far as the safety goes, I mean, whether the people want to hear it or not, it is a safety issue. I feel like so.
Crawford 83 said the drivers probably have to sit up close to the steering wheel. See.
Yeah. No,
I mean, they're looking over the dash for real.
Well, yeah, I mean, and you think about that, just that in itself would have to be uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Because usually you think about it, you're sitting in your vehicle, you're sitting back in the seat, you're driving.
Yeah.
But if you're having to stay pulled up to like look over, that, I mean.
Not with my back.
No, I mean, that would have to be uncomfortable. I mean, usually you kind of sit back in your seat and kind of just, not like relax enough to fall asleep, but you're kind of relaxed sitting, lean back in the seat of your vehicle. But yeah, I agree. Crawford 83.
I agree. Good
Probably
question.
having to like hold up on the steering wheel, and yeah, I couldn't.
Good comment.
That'd have to be uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So. So, but yeah, no, I think I've said it before, not on the show, but I've said it. I feel like that was just one of them things that would go out of style, but it's yet to go out of style.
I think it's fading that way, but yeah, it's yet to go out of style.
Well, when it first started, I never heard nothing like a Carolina squat, but now that seems to be something pretty big. Like I guess it was something that originated in the Carolinas. I mean, I don't know.
I guess I don't know nothing about it, man. I wouldn't do it. I don't know where it originated from, but I mean, it's just like all these other trends where they driving the car slow and then they get out and run around it or do a little dance beside the door. All that stuff they were doing.
Yeah,
man,
well, there was a girl or seen something a while back where somebody got killed doing that. Like got run over. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Well, the car got away and they tried to get back in or something.
No, somebody hit them.
Wow.
Like they were on a road, like a back road or something, and another car wanting to go either around them or was passing them in the other direction and hit them. I can't remember. That's been a while
crazy.
ago. So
I hate that though. You don't want nobody losing alive over a trend.
Yeah. Well, I wanted to kind of talking about a trend, not necessarily a popular trend with us, but something that's been seemed to been going on here lately. It's been a big topic.
All right, go ahead.
So recently I seen this video. It was a boy playing in a girl sport. And I mean,
there it is.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you're out there, if you're watching, if you're on TikTok, it's obviously been something in the news.
Yeah, I did see the post and everything, and I just
what?
Kind of ashamed of it myself.
Well, and I'm not. I don't want to hurt no feelings. I mean, but I've seen people say, "What's it hurt for if a trans person that that was a male and deciding to be a female, as long as it makes them um, feel accepted, what is it hurting?" I don't agree with that.
Yeah. No.
If there's people that and again, this is my point. This is how I feel on it. I feel like it's a choice. I don't think it's. I feel like it's a choice if somebody is trans.
Yeah, you're not born that way.
Yeah, no.
No,
So
it's a choice.
yeah, so if there's gonna be trans that want to be involved in sports, I think they need to have sports just for trans people.
Yeah.
I don't think that a male should be able to choose to turn female and then start playing female sports. There's just too many things out there. I don't even have to say it. I mean, it's just obvious that naturally men are built different than women.
Yeah.
And a lot of sports, most of them,
more athletic.
They require strength
Yeah.
and agility to compete in those sports.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just about any sport that you can probably think of.
No, you're right.
Strength and agility is one of the something you've got to have playing in, like I said, just about any sport. So, as a lot of our viewers know, if you don't know, our daughters play softball.
Yeah.
And I seen a video of, I'm gonna say he's a young man because that's what he is, but he's a trans.
What they say he was 12U playing 12U?
No,
high school.
High school ball.
Okay, high school. Okay, all right.
But he's a pitcher.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got long hair. He's got the long hair like a girl.
Yeah.
But he is a pitcher. He pitches for the team that he plays on. Matter of fact, he is actually trying to be recruited to go play softball in college.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. But they were showing the stats on this fella, and I mean they were pretty unbelievable. I mean the strikeouts that he had, the batting, the hitting percentage against his pitching was like extremely low.
I didn't see where they showed how fast he was pitching though. Did you?
I did not see.
I didn't see that.
How fast he was pitching, but it was pretty fast.
It's got to be in there.
Yes.
You know?
So, but no, I mean, I think that's it's a controversial topic in today's society.
I think it would be if we played against them.
Oh, well, most definitely there would be.
I don't think. I think we'd have to say no. I don't think you.
Yeah.
I don't think we're gonna do that.
No, and I mean honestly, anybody that's sitting there saying that it makes no difference, if I don't care if they're taking hormone blocker or whatever.
It's a difference.
I'm sorry. There's the natural born is gonna. It's gonna overdo any kind of drug that somebody takes. So.
I mean, it's a big topic. I mean, because it's not just only high school that, college and everywhere else, that's going on.
Well, yeah, I mean,
I think it even affected the Olympics, didn't it, a little bit? Or
well, there was talk about the I'm gonna say lady because there's been stuff that come out and said that she was a lady. It
swimmer or something.
No, it was the boxer.
The boxer. That's right. That's right.
But at first there was stuff that was come out that claimed that she had been banned, and I say she because I've seen some stuff since then that said she was actually a female. But there. I mean, beyond the Olympics, there's. You did have one where, I mean, There was a swimmer. I can't think of the
Yeah,
the
there you go. I
lady's
think that
name.
was I
But
remember that one.
but the guy, he actually was on the swimming team, on the males team. He was a male swimmer
Hmm.
for this college, or yeah, it was a college,
Yeah.
and he I think he finished like fifth or sixth in this meet that they did, and like a year later, he had transitioned to transitioned over from a male to a female and was playing swimming as a female now, and he finished first
Hey,
against the women, whereas a male he finished fifth or sixth. So
that's
I
crazy.
mean
Ain't it?
that right there should be obvious that
Yeah.
um,
Stats on that.
when you have a male competing against a woman, um, it's not fair.
No.
It's not a fair situation. There was one here recently where it was a fencing, where the it's kind of
Yeah.
like the
Yeah.
sword fighting. The girl refused to compete with the male, the trans male, or the trans female that was competing in the female fencing um, deal. The girl refused to compete against him,
Mm.
and she was banned. Like, I'm not say banned, but she was disqualified because she refused. And that male went on and continued to compete and won that, whatever they call those get-togethers.
And should have to take all that back, man. Should be banned from that.
Yeah, I mean,
That's crazy.
I mean,
That's crazy.
look, point blank. If you're okay with the male competing against the woman
No.
and winning, I mean, how can you feel any? How can they get any satisfaction
They can't, man.
out of beating? You're beating a woman, and deep down, those people know that they are men. They
Yeah.
have men parts, insides, just everything
Well-
about them is a man, except for they grow their hair out.
Well, not only that, these women, they train all the time. They're spending their money, to train and all that. So I mean, they got a lot to put in there.
Yeah, no.
They put a lot of time and sweat and tears into training and all that. So no, I agree.
We got a question.
crazy. All right, what's the question?
Would you rather the schools have co-ed softball teams?
No, I don't think so. I think if you're gonna have softball, girls or boys, I don't think co-ed, in my opinion.
Well, I think.
I mean, you have that in the older, adults have co-ed.
yeah, you have a co-ed stuff. I mean, but as long as like you have these adult softball teams that are co-ed teams, but in high school sports and college sports, you have female sports and you have male sports.
Right.
And to me, I don't think there needs to be co-ed sports or co-ed softball teams, co-ed sports, period, in school, because you have, I mean, to me, it's, so you think about our kids' situation at the school. At the softball field, they have their own locker room.
Yep.
They go in there, I've never been in there, so I don't know. But
No.
I mean, I don't know if they have showers in there. I'm sure they've got bathrooms in there.
I'm sure.
They've got
Changing
lockers in
rooms or
there,
something?
changing.
I don't know.
I don't know exactly how it's set up, but if you start having co-ed, if you're going to have a co-ed team in high school, then you're going to have basically two separate locker rooms for every sport, because you're going to need, if you're going to have co-ed, means you're going to have boy and girl. You're going to need a locker room for the girls, locker room for the boys. Same thing for the visitor side.
Yeah.
You're going to need somewhere for those visitors to change, one for the girl, one for the boys. I mean, that you're talking about football, baseball.
Yeah. No, I
softball.
agree. I mean, I that's why we have baseball. That's why we have softball.
Yeah, so I
So, I
think
mean,
in,
I just
in
think-
high school co-ed sports, I don't think. I mean,
No.
And another
No.
thing is you have, I mean, it's like the girls, like that's something that they have that's theirs.
Be proud of.
That's that's a
field.
softball
Yeah.
team. That's for the
Mhm.
girls. The baseball team over there, they're playing the boys.
Yeah.
You know, that's the boys. So, it's something to be proud of. So,
Yeah, I think so.
well, I'll say, I mean, that will leave them with something to talk about. I mean,
I think
again,
so.
we said it
I think it
before.
was a
You
great
got
show.
questions, comments, concerns.
Yeah.
You leave them, and we'll definitely address them on our next show.
Join us on YouTube, Twice the Mic.
You got
YouTube.
something you want us to talk about? A topic? Send it our way.
Yeah.
We would love to bring it up and debate about it with each other if it's a debatable topic.
Or shoot us an email, twicethemic@yahoo.com.
Yep.
You know, you can shoot us an email with a question or
Yeah.
a comment or whatever. We'd love to hear from you. So,
Yeah, and make sure y'all go follow us on Facebook.
Yeah, we're on
Twice the
Facebook.
Mic on Facebook. We're Twice the Mic on TikTok. We're not live on our Twice the Mic TikTok right now. We're trying to get our followers up there so we
Yeah.
can go live on the Twice the Mic TikTok
Yes, go to the
But,
page at TikTok and follow us. Give us some likes. We got to build that up so we can go live there.
Yep. Give us some
Most
follows
definitely.
on there, and as always, we appreciate y'all tuning in. We appreciate our people on TikTok. We had some questions, which was new this week.
Yeah,
and
appreciate all y'all.
Yeah, we look forward to them.
Yeah, that's great.
So, I guess we'll sign off there with.
Yep. And we'll see y'all again
Yep.
next show. Thank you.